Hello and welcome to CitiGuide, where we give you exclusive footage, behind-the-scenes video, and get up close and personal with your favorite shows that you enjoy every day here on City Cable 3. On today's show, Torrance goes country, community cooking gets healthy, and the sports desk sits down with a legendary Dodger. I'm your host, Lauren Chiohama, and I will be your personal guide for the next half hour, so sit back and relax, we've got a great show ahead. Now if you see something you like, just look at the scrolling schedule below. I will also post showtimes throughout the show. We begin by taking you on stage and backstage for the premiere of a musical 3 years in the making. Spotlight Torrance recently featured the revival of musical theater at El Camino College. Here's what you may have missed. Reviving the El Camino College musical theater program once seemed an impossible dream. So it's all the more fitting that their first production was Man of La Mancha. The cast showed no effects of the hiatus as they rehearsed before the opening curtain, and they were just as relaxed as the plot thickened. Director Ron Scarlatta believed the lack of nerves had to do a lot with the content of the play.
And part of it is the story itself just has it's so moving, you know, that these prisoners are transformed by this experience and moved and find new hope.
The night of the mirrors. Oh!
It's just a good theater piece that's full of theatrical devices like the Night of the Mirrors and, you know, these illusions that are created that you're in a church one moment or you're in a bedroom in another.
Chris Champion, who starred as Don Quixote, was impressed by how the emotion of the play stands the test of time.
It's the story, it's the message this man has. You know, it's enlightening, it's showing everybody that no matter what's going on, you can always find good in things. I think we can all relate to that. You know, it's I think what we all want out of life.
Chris feels a satisfaction by playing Don Quixote that can't be compared with other roles he's had in the past.
It's magic. I love seeing people go out to their cars and they're touching their eyes and holding each other, and it's magic. It's the magic of theater.
It's good to see musical theater alive and well at El Camino. Don't miss Spotlight Torrance with Mark Istook every day at 1:30 and 7:30 p.m. You can also catch this episode online. Go to www.tornet.com, click on Residents, then News and Info, and then City Cable 3. We webcast several of our shows, so be sure to check it out. As a bonus, here's Mark cutting a rug at the Bartlett Center. The Spotlight recently sent Mark Istook to the Bartlett Senior Center to take a peek at the weekly line dancing class. But could they get him to step in and join the action?
Gotta be honest, I'm from Texas, and there it's required that you do a little bit of line dancing. So as much as I think I've learned, they say they can teach me a little bit more.
The class looked impressive with their moves. Then it was finally time for Mark to get up and do a little boot scooting of his own. Not too bad, but a few more classes wouldn't hurt Mark.
And then we'll draw, and we'll go back over here.
Okay, easy enough, huh?
Mark may need a few more classes. Again, don't miss the next Spotlight as they take you to all the events around Torrance. Mark wasn't the only CitiGuide staff member to make a trip to the Bartlett Center. Art Callan of Senior Scene popped in to see what else the center had to offer for an upcoming episode. Here's a preview. After 1989 renovations that carried a price tag totaling over $1 million, the Bartlett Senior Citizen Center is currently considered the flagship of Torrance's 4 senior centers. The center offers a plethora of activities with the city's growing senior population in mind. Aerobics classes are offered to those active seniors, while a class featuring chair exercises are offered to those requiring a less strenuous routine. For those more competitive seniors, there's a sanctuary for card players and a billiards room for seniors looking to shoot pool. But the most popular by far is the shuffleboard program. The center features 5 professional indoor shuffleboard courts that always seem to have challengers at the ready. The Bartlett Center is open 7 days a week. For more information on hours and activities, please call 310 320-5918. Senior Scene airs at 8 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. It's break time, folks, but when we get back, scoop! The Sports Desk's Brian Harris has a sit-down with the Dodger Hall of Famer, and This Week in Torrance gives us clips that the reporters may want to forget.
There is really only one boy, one girl, one tree, one forest, one ocean, one mountain, one sky, and one simple way to care for it all. Please visit earthshare.org and learn how the world's leading environmental groups are working together under one name, EarthShare. One environment, one simple way to care for it.
Welcome back. As the spring semester winds down for local colleges, we sadly have to say goodbye to our intern reporters from This Week in Torrance. Nothing is more sad than an office full of weepy interns, so I decided to send them out with smiles on their faces. Take a look. Intern Bess Hubbard learns that reporters and props don't always go hand in hand.
It works like this. Once you know who you'd like to be notified, it works like this. Once you know who you'd like to be notified in case you're in an emergency, it works like this. Once you know, it works like this. Once you know who you'd like to be notified if you're, okay.
Reporters don't always have to look serious. Here, intern Renee Ng practices her smiling in between takes.
At the end? Is that okay? Is that? I never know what I look at. I'm just like, okay, all right. It doesn't look forced, right? It'll look okay. So it don't look so grumpy.
But this is a happy story.
Okay.
If it was a sad story,
Yeah.
I'd say don't smile.
Okay.
This is a happy story.
Okay.
It's a light thing.
So smile.
All right.
Reporting often means a lot of downtime. Here, intern Alexandra puts it to good use and decides to do some grooming. Except,
Is that it? I don't know.
she doesn't know she's still on camera.
Is that the only one you want?
I want it to look tame and under control, but I can't make it.
Mother Nature is often a reporter's biggest competition.
Yeah.
Here, intern Brittany Neighbors tries to deliver her lines despite the strong winds.
I want this wind to subside just a second. All out of my face. Is it going? Is it not attractive? 3, 2, 1. Ever wonder what it takes to be a firefighter? Well, here at Torrance's Fire Station number 1, the rookies tell us that it takes a whole lot more than knowing how to put out a fire. 3, 2, 1. Ever wonder what it takes to be a firefighter? Well, here at Torrance's Station number 1. 3, 2, 1. Ever wonder what it takes to be a firefighter? Well, here at Torrance's Fire Station number 1, it takes a whole lot more. What? The hair? There's nothing I can do about it.
Reporters don't always remember
While
their
it may be
lines,
more comfortable
but
to
do
sit
the
down
best
your
for clever
purse or
intern
leave it in the
Christine
cart while
Salvo
you
hides
shop.
her script.
It's not the best way
Nice
to
try,
keep yourself from
Christine, but CitiGuide is always watching.
cart while you shop. 3, 2, 1. So while it may be more comfortable to set down your purse or keep it in the cart while you shop, the best way to avoid having it stolen.
Thank you, interns, for being a part of City Cable 3 this semester, and we hope to see you again soon. Catch This Week in Torrance at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Along with the news, don't forget about the City Council meetings, which air every Tuesday live and then rebroadcast throughout the week. Spring is in the air, and for you sports fans, that means a fresh season of baseball. To honor the national pastime, the Sports Desk's Ryan Harris got an exclusive interview with the biggest Dodger of them all.
We rolled out here to Dodger Stadium to interview Tommy Lasorda and promote City of Torrance Day at Dodger Stadium.
Beautiful Dodger Stadium. I call it blue heaven on earth.
And it is heaven indeed.
It's easy to get intimidated in Dodger Stadium with the presence of Dodger legends surrounding your every move. But Ryan, being both a fan and reporter, went one-on-one with Dodger great Tommy Lasorda like a pro.
Come on out, everybody. In the whole city. If the whole city comes out, we'll fill up this ballpark.
Thanks, Ryan, for scoring that huge interview. It doesn't get any bigger than Tommy Lasorda. The Sports Desk airs at 4 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. Be sure to tune in this month. You may see a familiar face throwing out the first pitch. Now that I have Dodger dogs on my mind, this would be the perfect time to take a peek inside community cooking. New host Maria Prekages is currently cooking up a batch of brand new shows for next month, and CitiGuide is the only place where you can preview some of the goodies.
I'm Maria Prekages, your host, and today we are getting healthy in the kitchen. I am lucky enough to be with personal chef and nutritionist Deanna Frankie.
With all the tools on the table, Maria jumps right into her first episode.
All right, so what are we starting out with? Put me to work.
The dish started with a bunch of kale, which Maria was eager to learn more about.
Kale, is it from the lettuce family?
Kale is a leafy green vegetable, and kale is one of the wonder superfoods. Kale and broccoli, very loaded with antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, nutrients. Actually, ounce for ounce, kale has as much calcium as milk.
Oh, who knew?
After Deanna's explanation on kale, the dicing and mincing got into full swing as they prepared this vegetarian stir fry.
And then we have carrots.
Carrots.
Once again, chopped very small.
Exactly.
Broccoli. See, I know my vegetables. I actually like vegetables.
2 cups of broccoli, another superfood. Broccoli is actually a flower.
I did not know that. So if a man brings me broccoli, not so much. So, and cauliflower.
Cauliflower is also in the broccoli family, and it is also a flower. I've also cut that.
Red peppers. I love all the colors.
Red bell peppers, very high in vitamin A. We have a multitude of colors here. Each color represents a different nutrient group.
Onions.
Red onions. Red onions are sweet. Some young children and toddlers don't necessarily like onions, so you can vary the red onion. This is half of a medium red onion. My child actually likes onions, so I'm adding this to the stir fry. This is asparagus.
My niece says asparagus.
Once all the veggies were in, it was time for heat. The end result was worth the wait. A healthy creation that anyone can enjoy.
Well, whether you're married with kids or even single, when I come home or when they come home, they're hungry, they want something right
and
then.
this is something that you can do. Once you have this made, you can take this, and it's exactly, you have it, it's ready to go.
Perfect.
Be sure to tune in to see how that stir fry can easily become 3 totally different meals. Don't miss those fresh episodes coming up this June. You can join Maria on Community Cooking at 10 a.m. and 6:30 p.m. daily. It's time for a break, but up next, Common Sense goes behind the operations of a local boutique and around town takes us to a fun house for kids and their parents. So don't go away.
Lewis and Clark, great explorers. Hi, I'm Thomas Jefferson. Would you check out the West for me? Oh, sure. And they take their keelboat up the Missouri. Oh, Buffalo. Then they built Fort Mandan. They're at 1804. Made some friends along the way. I'm Sacagawea. Through the Columbia Gorge.
There are tons of ways to help with your kids' learning. Find the really good ones on connectforkids.org.
A sweet Pacific Ocean. Yeah!
Welcome back to CitiGuide. Up next, Common Sense is invited to a family-owned business that has all of Torrance coming up roses. Here's a sneak peek at what Marie Choi is working on for the next episode of Common Sense. Meet the Mata family. Gabriella, her husband Ernest, and their children. The family owns and operates Villa Hermosa Plant Shop, located at Calle Mayor and Anza Avenue. Ernest tells us how it all started.
Well, I decided that my children wanted to open a business. We started at the swap meet, selling plants, macrame, pots, and also the kids wanted to open a business. So I said, oh, let's not do it. But then, of course, the whole family voted for it, and we looked for it, and we found this corner here, and that's how we got started. But the teamwork. The family. The shop first opened to the public on May 28, 1980, as seen here in these photos.
The original structure, built in 1962, was a one-story metal building that once housed a gas station. Nearly 20 years later, David is the general manager.
You know, we all get along very well. We all know what our roles are. There's 6 of us, so you definitely heads will butt here and there, but in a positive way. We realize that probably my oldest brother, I guess